नमस्कार, म अम्बिका हाङबाङ। अंग्रेजी सिके रेडियो कार्यक्रममा यहाँहरूलाई स्वागत छ। चैत्र 11 गते त देश लकडाउनमा छ। लकडाउन बिस्तारै खुकुलो होला अनि कक्षा कोठामै भेट होला। आज पनि रेडियोको माध्यमबाट शिक्षा लिने दिने उद्देश्यका साथ उपस्थित भइसकेका छौँ। विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू, अब रेडियो सेटको नजिक आउनुहोस् है। यो अंग्रेजी सिके रेडियो कार्यक्रम हरेक दिन यसै समयमा रेडियो तमोर 102 मेगाहर्ज र रेडियो अट्राई 101.2 मेगाहर्जमा सुन्न सक्नुहुनेछ। साथै युट्युब च्यानल सब्स्क्राइब गरेर हेर्न वा सुन्न पनि सक्नुहुनेछ। नोटबुक, कलम, पाठ्यपुस्तक र रेकर्ड गर्न मिल्ने सामग्री तयारी अवस्थामा पक्कै राख्नुभएकै होला, होइन? यदि छैन भने तयार गर्दै गर्नुहोस् ल। आजको बसाइमा कक्षा 10 को अंग्रेजी विषयको युनिट 15 मा पढाइ हुने टकिङ अबाउट पास्ट, कम्पेयरिङ पास्ट एन्ड प्रेजेन्ट अन्तर्गत रिडिङ कम्प्रिहेन्सनमा रहेको पोएम पास्ट एन्ड प्रेजेन्टको बारेमा चर्चा गर्नेछौँ। विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू तयार हुनुहुन्छ होइन? आजको प्रस्तुतिका झलकहरू।
There are so many literary works.
I remember the roses red and white.
विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू ढिला नगरी आजको बसाइको उठान गरिहालौँ। प्रस्तुति सहित आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ युवराज गौतम। ल त अब कक्षा कोठामै प्रवेश गरौँ, हुन्छ होइन?
Hello my dear students, myself Yuvraj Gautam, and today also present here to facilitate a lesson of the English book from grade 10. Today we are going to discuss on unit number 15, talking about past, comparing past and present. In this episode, we will study a poem. The title of the poem is Past and Present, which is written by Thomas Wood. In this unit, we will study the comparison of past and present life of the poet, practice word meaning, and other exercises related to the text. सबै विद्यार्थीहरूलाई न्यानो स्वागत। म युवराज गौतम आज फेरि पनि अंग्रेजी विषयलाई सहजीकरण गर्नका लागि उपस्थित भएको छु। आज म कक्षा 10 को अंग्रेजी किताबको एक पाठलाई सहजीकरण गर्न तपाईहरू माझ आइसकेको छु। आजको पाठ एकाइ 15 बाट लिएको हो। यसमा हामी एक कवितामा छलफल गर्दै यस पाठमा भएका अप्ठ्यारा शब्द अर्थ, प्रश्न उत्तर आदिमा अभ्यास गर्नेछौं। आजको कविताको शीर्षक छ पास्ट एन्ड प्रेजेन्ट, जुन थोमस वुडले लेखेका हुन्। I hope that all of you are ready with your pen, pencil, book, exercise book and other essential materials. Are you ready, my dear students?
Yes, sir, we are ready.
Okay, that's all right. Then turn on page number 165. Number B, study time. Now, let's start our lesson. The poem Past and Present is written by Thomas Wood. He was born on 23rd May 1799 and died on 3rd May 1845. He was an English poet, author and humorist, means comedian. There are so many literary works done by him, and this poem is one of his literary works. Now, first of all, listen this poem carefully. Then, I will help you to paraphrase the poem or explain the stanzas of the poem. Look at your book while listening the poem. Now be ready to listen the poem.
I remember, the house where I was born, the little window where the sun came peeping in at morn. He never came a wink too soon, nor brought too long a day. But now, I often wish the night had borne my breath away. I remember, the roses red and white, the violets and the lily cups, those flowers made of light, the lilacs where the robin built, and where my brother set the labour nun on his birthday. The tree is living yet. I remember, where I used to swing, and thought the air must rush as fresh to swallows on the wing. My spirit flew in feathers then, that is so heavy now, and summer pools could hardly cool the fever on my brow. I remember, the fir trees dark and high. I used to think their slender tops were close against the sky. It was a childish ignorance, but now 'tis little joy to know I'm farther off from heaven than when I was a boy. I remember, written by Thomas Hood, narrated by Jordan Harling.
My dear students, did you understand the poem?
Sir, the poem is talking about his childhood, which was full of joy, and comparing his present life, which is full of difficulties.
Yes, good. Here, the poet is comparing his present life to his past life. You listened well. Now, let me paraphrase the stanzas of the poem. So listen to me carefully. First of all, in this poem, Thomas Wood seems to be expressing how he is looking back onto his past. This poem is the recollection of his childhood events. Each stanza of the poem contrasts innocence with experience. The lost world of childhood, idealized by memory, with an adult world marked by regrets and a sense of loss. When people grow up, they begin to wonder and think about things that happened during their youth. In the beginning, the poem has a happy feeling, but the last few lines seem depressing. यहाँ यस कवितामा थोमस हुडले आफ्नो बाल्यकालको समय र अहिले वयस्क हुनको अवस्थालाई तुलना गरेका छन्। बाल्यकालको समयमा जब उनीमा धेरै ज्ञान थिएन वा अबुझ थिए, त्यो समय उनलाई निकै नै मन पर्थ्यो। तर अहिले विभिन्न अनुभवका कारणले आफ्नो उमेर बढ्दै गएपछि विभिन्न समस्याहरू आइलागेको वा विभिन्न समस्याहरूमा रुमलिएका कारणले गर्दा अहिलेको जीवनमा धेरै अप्ठ्याराहरू देख्छन् र त्यसले गर्दा उनी चिन्तित छन्। अब कविताका हरफहरू सुन्दै त्यसको वर्णन गरौँ है त। Now listen the poem very carefully. I remember the house where I was born, the little window where the sun came peeping in at morn. He never came a wink too soon, nor brought too long a day. But now I often wish the night had blown my breath away. Now, first of all, let's discuss on the difficult words from this stanza. Peeping, to look at something quickly and secretly. To look at something quickly and secretly, especially through a small opening. अर्थात च्याउनु। Wink, W-I-N-K, wink. To close and open one eye very quickly. To close and open one eye very quickly. आँखा झिम्क्याउनु। M-O-R-N, morn. Morn means morning. M-O-R-N-I-N-G, morning. B-O-R-N-E, born. B-O-R-N-E, born means carried. Now, listen very carefully. Here, in the first stanza of the poem, the poet remembers his childhood life. He recalls the things of his childhood. He remembers the house where he was born, the window from where the sunlight enters or looks quickly at the morning. The day was neither too long nor short. The time between morning and night was joyful. However, at present, now, the poet wishes for the night to take away his breath. His desire to death indicates the painful life. Here, the poet made the contrast between his past life and the present. His past was brighter and happier, like sun and day. But now he longs for night or darkness, which shows the distress of life. यस पहिलो हरफमा कवि आफ्नो बाल्यकाल सम्झन्छन्। उनी आफू जन्मेको घर सम्झन्छन् अनि त्यसको वा त्यो घरको झ्याल जहाँबाट सूर्यको प्रकाश एका बिहानी चिहाउने गर्थ्यो। ऊ न त कहिले चाँडो आयो न त कहिले दिन लामो बनायो, अर्थात न त कहिले रात छोटो भयो न त दिन तर अहिले म आफै प्राय कामना गर्छु, यानि कि कवि आफै प्राय कामना गर्छन् कि यो रातले मेरो सास लगोस् वा मेरो अन्त्य होस्। यसरी अहिलेको जीवनसँग उनी त्यति सन्तुष्ट छैनन्। Now, the next or second stanza. I remember the roses red and white, the violets and the lily cups, those flowers made of light, the lilacs where the robin built, and where my brother sat, the laburnum on his birthday, the tree is living yet. Now, listen the difficult words from this stanza. Lilacs, L-I-L-A-C-S, lilacs, the trees that have large purple or white flowers in spring. Listen again. The trees that have large purple or white flowers in spring. Robin, a small bird with bright red chest. Next word, laburnum, L-A-B-U-R-N-U-M, laburnum, a small tree with hanging bunches of yellow flower. A small tree with hanging bunches of yellow flower. Violets, a small plant with purple or white flower. Now listen the paraphrase. In the second stanza, the poet remembers the beautiful flowers of the garden, like rose of red and white colors, violet, lilacs, and lily cups. Later, he talks about the laburnum, which was planted by his brother on his birthday, which is still alive, but the poet is decaying. He is not feeling good in his present life. दोस्रो हरफमा कवि ती बगैँचामा फुलेका ती फूलहरू सम्झन्छन् जसले बगैँचामा बेग्लै प्रकाश छर्छन् अनि उनको दाजुले रोपेको त्यो रुख जुन अहिले पनि जीवितै छ र फुल्दै पनि छ, तर उनको जीवन भने अहिले फुल्दैन या फुलेको छैन या प्रफुल्ल छैन। उनको जीवनमा पीडाले भरिएको छ। यसरी उनी ती बितेका या बाल्यकालको उनको जीवनलाई ती फुलेका फूलहरूमा तुलना गर्छन् भने अहिलेको जीवनमा चाहिँ पीडै पीडाले भरिएको जीवन भनेर भन्छन्। Now listen the next or third stanza. I remember where I used to swing and thought the air must rush as fresh. To swallows on the wings, my spirit flew in feathers then, that it's so heavy now, and summer pools could hardly cool the fever on my brow. Now, listen the difficult words from this stanza. Swing, S-W-I-N-G, swing. To move or make something move in a curve. To move or make something move in a curve. Or ping खेल्नु. Rush, R-U-S-H, rush. To flow or move forward rapidly. To flow or move forward rapidly. Swallow, S-W-A-L-L-O-W, swallow. A kind of bird. A kind of bird or गौंथली. W-I-N-G, wing. Wing mean a part of bird which helps them to fly. Which helps them to fly. Next, spirit. Spirit, the non-physical part of a person. Spirit is the non-physical part of a person which is the set of emotions and characters. Which is the seat of, S-E-A-T, seat of emotions and characters, or we can say the soul, S-O-U-L, soul. Next word, brow, B-R-O-W, brow, means forehead. In the third stanza of the poem, the poet remembers about the swinging of the poet in the past. As a child, he was very energetic, who swings very fast to feel the rush of the fresh air. He was like feathers which fly quickly in the air, but now he is happy. This stanza also talks about his physical decline. Summer is just in the country in which the poet was born. Even such a wonderful summer could not heal his fever, which might mean his sadness or physical sickness. कविताको तेस्रो हरफमा कवि विगतमा पिङ खेलेको सम्झन्छन्। उनी पिङ खेल्ने गर्थे। उनी त्यो बेला यति फुर्ती थिए कि हावाको गतिलाई महसुस गर्न पिङको पनि गति बढाउँथे। उनी हावामा उडेका प्वाक चाहिँ थिए, तर त्यो बेलाको उनको त्यो फुर्तिलो शरीर अहिले भारी भएको छ। उनको त्यो भारी भएको शरीर वा बोझपनालाई केहीले पनि हल्का गर्न सक्दैन। Now, listen the last stanza of this poem. I remember the fir trees, dark and high. I used to think their slender tops were clouds against the sky. It was childish ignorance, but now this little joy. I know I am farther off from heaven than when I was a boy. Now, listen the difficult words from this stanza. Slender, S-L-E-N-D-E-R, slender. Thin, T-H-I-N, thin or slim, S-L-I-M, slim. Childish. Childish mean relating to child. Relating to child. Ignorance. Ignorance means lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. In the last stanza of this poem, the poet remembers the fir trees, which were tall and high, and used to thin their thin or slim top, were close to the sky or heaven. But he knew that was only childish ignorance. With such ignorance, he lived happily in the past. But his present mind, which is mature and experienced, gives him no joy, but makes him to know that the heaven is in a long distance from him. यो अन्तिम हरफमा कवि देवदारका रुख देखेर आफू स्वर्गको नजिकै भएको सम्झिने गर्थे। ती रुखहरू अग्ला र साना टुप्पाले आकाश छोएको वा स्वर्ग नै पुगे चाहिँ लाग्थ्यो र त्यो देखेर उनलाई खुसी लाग्थ्यो। तर उनी भन्छन् कि त्यो त बाल्यकालको अज्ञानता मात्र रहेछ। त्यो अज्ञानताकै कारणले खुसी मिलेको रहेछ। तर अहिले जब बुझ्छन् स्वर्ग उनीबाट धेरै टाढा छ भनेर, तब उनलाई त्यो बालापनको जस्तो खुसी मिल्दैन र उनी दुखी हुन्छन्। Like this, he just remembers the past life, which was full of joy. The childish, ignorant life was happier, but now his life is stressful and doesn't want long. Now, my dear students, if you have other difficult words, then you can ask me.
No, sir.
अब पालो गृह कार्यको. Now it's the time to give you some home tasks. Read the poem again and write how the narrator or the poet feels the difference between past and the present life. Listen again, read the poem again and write how the narrator or the poet feels the difference between past and present life. Thank you, my dear students. Today, this much only. See you soon in the next program. Bye.
युवराज गौतम सरलाई धन्यवाद। कार्यक्रम कस्तो लाग्यो त? आजको बसाई सिकैमूलक पनि होला। कार्यक्रम सुन्दै प्रश्न तथा जिज्ञासाको टिप्पणी गर्नुभयो के होला त? प्रश्न तथा जिज्ञासा अंग्रेजी सिकाइ रेडियो कार्यक्रमको फेसबुक पेज @RadioEduCationSPF को इनबक्समा र RadioProgramSPF@gmail.com मा पठाउन सक्नुहुनेछ। प्रश्न तथा जिज्ञासाको समाधान सहित थप सिकाइको लागि भोलिको कार्यक्रममा पुनः भेट हुनेछ। पठन पाठनको क्रममा कुनै जिज्ञासा भए निम्न ठेगानामा सम्पर्क गर्न सक्नुहुनेछ। ठेगाना र सम्पर्क टिप्न तयार हुनुहोस् है। ह्युमेन प्र्याक्टिस फाउन्डेसन फुङलिङ नगरपालिका 4 ताप्लेजुङ। फोन नम्बर 024 हवस् त आगामी अङ्कमा पुनः भेट हुनेछ। म अम्बिका हाङबाङ बिदा हुन्छु। नमस्ते। सामाजिक दूरी कायम गरौँ, साबुन पानीले मिची मिची हात धौँ, रेडियो सुनौ र पढौँ। धन्यवाद।